What's up guys, RlaxGraphics here, just making a video to show you guys how to make some basic text in Cinema 4D. As you can see, I have it right here, and I'll put a link in the description to the website where you can purchase this. And there's also other ways to get it for free, but I'm not going to get into that. So first, once you have Cinema 4D up, you're going to click the MoGraph tab at the top, all these tabs up here, and go down to Text Object, and you'll come up with some basic 3D text that looks like this. You can see a little bit of depth on it. And over here in the object properties, it has the depth, which you can change. And I'm just going to change that to 80. And as you can see, the text has a lot more depth on it. More 3D looking. I'm going to change the text just to relax for tutorial purposes. And right here is font. You're going to go through all your fonts and change them right here. So I'm just going to go to a basic font that I use a lot called Agency FB Bold. It's a pretty good font. And I'll put a link to this font also in the description. You probably will have it because it comes with most of your computers, but in case you don't, I'll put that in the description. And so basically, once you have your text, you're probably going to want to add color to it or tweak it up a little more to your liking. So over here, you can click caps, and at the start of your text, you can change the cap to fillet cap. And then the next one to fillet cap also. And it kind of adds this little ring around your text right here. And you can change the radius to whatever you want. Say 10 will have a bigger radius around it. And this one you can change to 10 also if you want. And it looks really 3D. But I'm just going to keep this one at 5 and change this one back to regular cap so it looks like this. And you can mess around with these, the convex. And see, you can change how it looks. It's kind of hard to notice right there, but the way the cutting of 3D goes in engraved here, you can see it right here. Instead of coming out, it's going in. But I'm just going to keep that at convex. And you can mess around with all this and make the depth bigger and make it higher on bigger and smaller. But next you're probably going to wonder how to add color to it. So right here in the materials area, you can click new material after file, or you can just double click on the gray. And you can double click on that, and it will open up the material editor. So first, you're just going to pick a basic color, say a greenish yellow. And it'll have the color right here, and you can just exit out of that and drag it on. But that looks a little too plain, so I'll probably want to add a little effects to it. So I usually go to luminance and check that and change the brightness to 10%. After, I usually click reflection and change the brightness to 20% so it makes it look a little shinier. And also what you can do is on color, go to texture and go to Fresno, and it adds this little chrome effect, but it depends what type of text you're doing. And right here I'm not. But I was just going to show you that. And there's also gradient and noise, which you can mess around with. But let me just set this back to what I was doing. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go do something. And then I have this back to green. You can go down here and you can... Sorry about that. I don't know why I had that checked. Go around. There's some people use glow and click that. And it's really strong. You can change how strong it is. But if you want, you can draw that on your text, and your text will kind of be glowing. I don't really use that much, but some people do. And so you have basic text right here. It doesn't look that good. And so what you can do is go in your text object and copy and paste it with Command C, since I'm on a Mac, and then Command V. And you can go up the top here and click on the second text object 1. I'll just rename that to back layer and then front layer. If you have a lot of layers, you're usually going to want to rename them so you know what you're working with. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this one a little bit behind the regular text and then change the caps. This one to fillet cap 10. And so it's a little bit behind it. And then make a new material and make it white, and make everything else the same, 20 luminance, 10. And drag that on the second layer over here. So now if you look at it, it has a little background to the text, and you can also swap them around. Make that one like this one like this. So you have pretty good looking text there. Now you're going to want to get it out of Cinema 4D and put it onto Photoshop. So you can just center your text in here and then click this right here. And it's going to bring you in general, and just make sure you have full render and go to output, width, make it 1080, keep it on pixels, and go to 720 for height. Don't check lock radio, and for resolution, just make it 80. And then keep everything else the same. Then go to save, file format, go to PNG, and make sure you check alpha channel right here. If you don't check this, you're going to have a little black box on your text, and it won't be transparent on your picture. So you're going to check that, and then click the X. After, you're going to click this little middle button right here to render your text. That didn't take that long, so this text doesn't, not a lot of it, but not a lot of materials, but if you have a lot, it might take a while. Then click File, Save As, OK, and then save it wherever you want. Save it on my desktop, just as tutorial. Now exit out of this, and if you want, you can exit out of Cinema 4D. Let me open up Photoshop real quick. I'll be right back. You have Photoshop open. You're going to want to go to File on Photoshop, and then click Place, or you can just open the text directly and drag it on your file. But I already have a basic whatever it's called right here, and click Place, and then find it. I'm on my desktop in tutorial.png, place, and it'll place your text right on your page, and then you can do whatever you want from here. Thanks for watching, guys. That's the video. Click that like button and subscribe.